present to you our star-studded panel of liars. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Our first panelist just got engaged to the love of his life. She is tall, blonde, and hot. The best part is she only takes 5 minutes to inflate. Please welcome our comedy magician, Bill Cook.
So black, 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 so black.
Our second panelist was sent to the infirmary for bungee jumping off the side of the ship with an extension cord. However, the doctor said he could never hit his head hard enough to cause any real damage to the ship. Please welcome to the stage our Hotel Director John Denton. Our third panelist just completed his first book. It went so well, he decided that next week he will color his second. Please welcome comedian Rick Starr. Okay, our final panelist likes to drink, sing, and be merry. Although he really can't sing and gave up drinking, he still likes to be called Mary. Please welcome your Cruise Director Mike.
I was innocent. My fiance and I appreciate you all showing up for tonight, really.
Mike, who wrote this? It's your turn. So I can put my picture on the screen.
Oh, sorry.
Thank you.
Please welcome Cece. Hey! She loves the Game of Thrones.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so this is really easy. This is how the game will go. We're gonna have 4 words and our panelists will try to explain what they mean. Of course, one of them is telling the truth and 3 of them will be lying. And it's up to you to decide who is telling the truth. So let's begin with our first word, which will be explained first by our hotel director, John. The first word is oxpecker.
Oxpecker. Well, you can tell by the accent that I know a lot about England and English history. And an oxpecker was used in the days of King Arthur. And an oxpecker was a double-sided axe. It was used for executions, it was used in battles. So an old English axe, an oxpecker.
Okay. Bill?
That's it.
No matter what I say, everyone in this room already assumes I'm lying.
Well, of course, someone's got to tell the truth. And with this panel, you all know who to believe. So.
Well, you have no clue what you're talking about. I grew up on an Amish farm. Don't laugh. I am totally Amish. Look at my beard. Thank you. You just can't see it where it grows. An oxpecker.
Sorry, Rick, that took a second. It didn't register until I heard O's from out there.
Look, my fiance Blowdoll loves it, okay? Do not ruin it for me. An oxpecker is like a pickaxe. That's where I like that people are leaving already. Sorry. What is in this? This is great. An oxpecker is like a pickaxe. That's where you get the peck part. The only thing is a pickaxe is the pick this way and the pick this way. However, I'm sure you've seen a picture of it. It's a pick this way and it kind of flares out like a pecker. So it's a pick on one side and a pecker on the other, but it looks like an ox's nose. So that's an oxpecker. Yeah. My Amish grandfather taught me.
It's a lot of crap.
Okay, Rick, your turn.
Oxpecker. Just what it says. No?
That burn coming out of my nose.
You know, that was dirtier than anything you did last night.
I did. No, listen to me. I'm going to tell you something. I'm an actor. I'm a comedian now, but in my earlier life, before I became a comedian, I went to college and I studied ancient Mesopotamian history. Yes, you know, Abu-Khanetzar and the Tigris and Euphrates River. Okay.
Very believable.
Yes, it is. So, this word oxpecker is derivative from two Mesopotamian words.
Go on.
The first word is like, well, ox never changed. See, sometimes words evolved through years, but ox never did. Ox was an ancient Mesopotamian word, which is from oxen, and you know, oxen were oxen. But the word pecker originally was a word in ancient Mesopotamian, which was called pekar. And pekar meant two. Pekar meant two. So what had happened was, what had happened was pekar evolved into pair, to pair. So what had happened is like we have with this word ox pekar, which was ox pekar in ancient Mesopotamia. You have an oxen in pairs. So what we have is that little wooden thing that connects the oxen together when they work together like this. That's called an ox pecker. If you believe that, I'll say you Florida.
Did you go to school for this?
What?
Did you go to school for this?
Yes, I did.
Get your money back.
Ancient Mesopotamia. It's that thing that joins the oxen together that makes them a pair when they plow the fields or whatever the freak they do.
Thank you, Rick. Mike?
I just vote for Rick. I mean, I don't even know what the hell he's talking about. To understand the word oxpecker, I had to call my friend John, used to be a cruise director. He's from Tennessee. And I said, John, your wife Anna, she knows all about this kind of stuff. And he goes, no, settle down. I said, is she there? Can I talk? Oh, I remember my first beer. So anyway, I said to John, is she there? She goes, no, not here. And I said, well, when is she in? And he goes, I expect her around 5. Oxpecker is a nickname for somebody who's sitting in the front row who looks like Robert Redford.
Stand up, man. These people don't know you. Look, wait, put the glasses on. Does this guy look like Robert Redford or what?
All right.
It's a celebrity show. You got Matt Damon up here. And
Listen. There's a lot of celebrities up here on the panel, on this side of the panel. First off, Rick Starr, you and I, we just realized before this that we did a Liars Club in 2009 together, and Rick's been around for a while. His first cruise director was Noah. Anyway, the next, John.
My first ship was the Ark.
You didn't have to explain it to him. I think they got it. All right. And John Denton, a legendary hotel director, thank you for today. It was wonderful. Thank you. Cece, one of the best activities manager, going to be cruise director, her next contract on the Empress of the Seas. And how about a round of applause? Yeah, round of applause for that. That's great. Yes, amazing. And last but not least, how about a round of applause? Please make a whole lot of noise for Royal Caribbean's #1 comedy magician. Ladies and gentlemen, come on, make some noise out there. Woo! His name's Ed Alonzo, and he'll be back here sometime soon. All right. Listen, Oxpecker. Oxpecker is what I saw on Orient Beach last week in St. Martin. Oxpecker is an African bird. It's a bird that has an immune deficiency problem. The disease often affects the bird's beak. It's a canarial disease. called chirpies, and they say it's untweetable. Oxpecker is an African bird. Follow your nose.
Okay, thank you, Mike. Now we're gonna go with a quick recap. So, John.
An oxpecker is an old English axe.
Bill.
Well, my grandpa taught me it was an Amish tool.
Rick.
I don't know what the hell I said. Oh, wait. It's that wooden thing that joins the oxen together when they...
There we go.
Two oxen.
And Mike?
It's an African bird that is the pecker. Anyway, yeah.
Okay, now, ladies and gentlemen, by round of applause, who do you think is telling the truth? Is it John?
Vote for him because of that accent.
Is it Bill? Wait. Is it Rick? Or is it Mike? Okay, gentlemen, the one who's telling the truth, please stand up and remain standing. There we go, and Mike is telling the truth, an African bird that picks the flies off the back of oxen. Okay, so we're gonna move on to the second word, and we're gonna start with Bill. The second word is alapa.
Okay. What? So you know I'm a magician, but part of magic is being a... So part of my job is also learning gambling techniques. Now, when you are gambling at a poker table, typically blackjack you can't cheat at. Craps, not the easiest because there's someone always watching. Poker is the easiest.
You do
thing.
know that we've just paid out $27,000 to someone in my casino.
You paid out $27,000 to someone
That's
today?
my bonus gone, his bonus gone.
Does that mean I'm not getting paid?
Merry Christmas.
No one's getting paid.
Hey!
Then you want to listen to this one. In cheating in poker, there's something called ringing in a cold deck. Careful. Because if you hold a deck of cards long enough, it becomes warm. So when you're dealing cards out, the cards are warm. Now, if you bring in what's called a stacked deck, or a deck that's set up in a specific order to make sure that someone gets a certain amount of cards, the deck is noticeably colder because you haven't been holding it to deal. Now, how do you switch that deck out? You hand it to a Confederate.
I thought that came out of like an automatic shuffling machine.
Now, yes, but back in the Wild West, no, they didn't have electricity. Back when my grandpappy was playing back with the Amish.
You're saying your Amy's granddad.
Yeah. Oh, we're gonna cheat tonight, Grandpa. You're not good at this. So, you needed to ring in a cold deck in order to cheat. Now, who was that? Your Confederate, also known as a lapper. You would have to lap the deck. You would slide the deck of cards off the table into your lap as you bring in your fresh one. The cheater, the person who physically did the action of bringing the deck from the table to your lap, was called a lapper. I'm not kidding. It's a thing. A lapper.
Thank you. Rick?
I agree with him.
Sounded good, didn't it?
What a coincidence that this is an ancient Mesopotamian word. Unbelievable. This is falling right into my... This is a combination of two Mesopotamian words. In ancient Mesopotamia, a father was called a pa. Pa. And that never evolved. That was still today. A pa is a father. But now, we're going to a word, alapa. Alapa means like a senior citizen kind of person, older generation kind of thing. So if you combine the two, as it evolved through history, through ancient Mesopotamian to today, alapa is a senior father, meaning either grandfather or senior citizen.
Which is what he calls his Amish grandfather.
majored in
So-
anything more boring?
What?
Mesopotamian grandfather
Oh, it's
oxpecker
wonderful.
stuff.
What, Abolchanesser, the Tigris and Euphrates River, there was very a lot of shit going on.
Okay, thank you. Mike?
Wow. Been through a few years there, haven't you, Rick? You've been through a few wars? I have a question for you. If Iraq invaded Turkey from behind, would Greece help? Oh, wow.
I caught that after I reacted.
So Alapa, to understand Alapa, you have to understand that a few days ago in Miami, Bill, Rick, and I all went to an adult entertainment nightclub, and we walked in.
Beyonce's on board.
We walked in and we got sat down at a VIP table because apparently Rick knows people. So we sit down and a lady comes, dances on the table in front of us. Rick whips out a $5 bill, licks it, and sticks it to the right cheek of her buttock. Bill goes, $10 bill appears from behind his ear, puts it on the left cheek of her buttock. They both look at me. I said, hey, I'm nobody's fool. I take out my ATM card, swiped it down the middle, and took the cash. Take it! So that, and then I got a really good Alapa. Why are
You
you
can tell this is not rehearsed.
Hold on. Why are you smiling over there? She's
Because she took the service charge
Now listen,
on your card.
listen. Cece and I, we've known each other for quite a few years. We worked together. And last vacation, we got to spend some time together. We went over to Las Vegas to do some gambling.
Poker?
No, we're friends. We're just friends. We're just friends. But then we went to the Ghost Bar at the Palms up on the 52nd floor. We went there and we did some drinking.
Liquor?
Listen, she loves lobster, so I took her to the best place to get lobster. We flew all the way across the country, went to Maine.
Banger.
Totally, man. That was awesome. No, all right. No, listen, Alapa. Listen, a few summers ago I had...
We didn't rehearse this.
A few summers ago, I went to Civitavecchia, and for those who have cruised over into that area of the country, you know that if you go to Civitavecchia, you're going to Rome, right? Very good. It's about an hour bus ride from Civitavecchia into Rome. Went to St. Peter's Square. I had my whole family on. I had my mother on. I had my stepfather on, and it was great. We went there. We went to St. Peter's Square, and we were waiting for hours. 4 hours. We were waiting to see the Pope, and here comes the Pope coming down in his little Pope-mobile, and he was drinking a Pope-Cola. And anyway, and so he was there, and so he came over, and then there was some sort of big ceremony, and the Pope came up to this young boy and slapped him across the cheek. And apparently that's what an Alapa is. It's a slap on the cheek given during confirmation. Otherwise, it's a slappa from the Papa.
Okay, and John.
That's what you went with? Create an Amish grandfather, man. Come on.
You know, today
I always thought the Pope went, hey, everybody, off the grass.
Okay, John.
they're very irreligious people. I shouldn't be sat at the same table. But you can see what happens. Today I decided to take out my management team out for the day so I can say thank you, because when we celebrate Christmas, we're working hard, so I thought I'd take them out today to have a day out and a team building lunch. And he was there, obviously overindulging. So let's get back to reality. Alapa. I have two Nepalese brothers, Shantamali, Narot and Batarai. And if you go to the foothills of the Himalayas, you will see several Alapa. Very similar to a llama, very similar. So if you all know what a llama is, it's very close to that. But it's a Nepalese llama, Alapa.
Okay, we're gonna do a quick recap. Bill, Alapa.
A Confederate or a cheating assistant.
Okay, Rick.
An ancient Egyptian word for grandfather or senior citizen.
Mesopotamia.
Well, Mesopotamia involved into Egypt.
Mike.
I didn't pay attention to history.
A slapper from the papa.
And John?
A Nepalese llama.
Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, by round of applause, do you think who's telling the truth? Is it Bill?
You gotta be kidding me.
Is it Rick? Is it,
Sympathy applause.
is it Mike? Oh, wait. Not even sympathy applause. Okay, or is it John? Okay, so gentlemen, whoever is telling the truth, please stand up and remain standing.
Yeah!
Sorry. Thank you!
A slap on the cheek.
I think we should let him win now.
Sorry, I'll try not to be so deceivious.
Don't be so judgmental.
Where you going? We're just starting.
It gets better.
It really does.
Come back. We get better.
Can you walk backwards out of the room? That way it looks like you're coming in.
Okay, the third word. Rick, we're gonna start with you, and the word is stinky bus.
Honest to God, stinky bus? What another ancient Mesopotamian word? Really, it's derived from two words actually. Bus.
Someone told me.
Bus meaning flower. In ancient Mesopotamia, bus was a flower. If you went to a funeral, you would go like, oh, look at the bushes. Let's put some bushes. When you got married, you go, oh, what a beautiful bouquet of bushes. It was like, so a bush was a flower. But then a stink. Well, that word never changed much in essence. It was a very bad smell. So like people would go to funerals and go, what is this stinky bus here? These flowers. So making it very quick, stinky bus is a word in
We're waiting.
ancient. What it means is a stinky bush is a foul-smelling flower.
Thank you, Rick.
Oh, yeah, you're looking like that.
Mike?
First off, I'd like to congratulate Bill. You did very well this week. I was very impressed. We worked together for a few times now, and I know that last year you didn't have, you just came out to ships. It was kind of like your first time, and you had a few dates. And next year, you have how many dates booked so far?
20.
20 dates with Royal Caribbean. Ladies and gentlemen, that's incredible. That's 20 dates. So literally, he is transformed.
More dates than you've had in your life.
Yes, that's true. That's true. And so Bill is transforming from the land performer to a cruise ship entertainer. So with that in mind, I'd like to raise my glass, and we've created a special song for Bill Cook, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm terrified.
Waiting for her to play the song.
Bud Light presents Real Men of Genius.
Real men of genius.
Today we salute you, Mr. Cruise Ship Entertainer. When Tinseltown and Broadway said no, the cruise ship said yes. You may never get your star on Hollywood's Walk of Fame, but you do get free access to the salad bar. Your peppy numbers bring the audience to its feet, which is impressive, because most of them use walkers. Your motto, the show must go on, and on, and on. So crack open an ice cold Bud Light, Prince of the Porthole. You can swab our poop deck anytime.
Bill Cook, everybody! Oh, how's this going? Please don't fall in the pit.
I'm gonna cry later.
So stinky bus, actually, it's an old English term in the comedy clubs that used to happen over there in England, and it essentially meant if somebody went out and they bombed. So, for instance, here was a joke that I was thinking of. What is the difference between people from Dubai and the people from Abu Dhabi? The people from Dubai don't like the Flintstones, but people from Abu Dhabi do. So, if they got the reaction like that and they walked off stage, they would be like that. That's a jolly old stinky bus performance there, mate, or whatever they say. So stinky bus is another word for bombing or failing in a nightclub back in Old English times.
Okay, thank you, Mike. John?
Oh dear. Can we get back to the game? You know, really. Stinkibus is a Latin term. It was used by the Roman armies back in AD 30, AD 40 when they were going through England. A different formation. You know, you've got the tortoise formation, you've got different formations, and the stinkibus formation is when two different parts of the army, one went to the west, one went to the east. It's called the stinkibus. It's a Roman army formation.
Thank you, John. Bill?
Why aren't you funding parties? Oh my God. Hey, Mike. Not enough attention's been on me tonight. Can I do a magic trick?
Sure.
Do you guys want to see a magic trick? Okay. Excuse me. Sorry. Whoa. There's a hole in the stage. Fall down with it.
That's the best thing all night.
Thanks. So, we're going to play a guessing game because I feel like playing a guessing game. Can we get the house lights a little bit? A little bit, maybe? Sorry. Oh, my, look at that. It works. Thank you, Marie. We're going to play a guessing game just with a couple people. I have one of these. It is, you can see it in the light. It is a brown paper bag. Something is inside with a metal clip holding it together. Excuse me, sorry. Your lap dances are free tonight, thank you. Not my glasses. I don't know, it's not my glasses. You in the front row with the Navy shirt. Were you in the Navy?
Yeah.
Thank you for your service. Thank you very much. We're going to play, give it up for the Navy guy. Give it up for the Navy guy. We're going to play a guessing game. Hold on to the packet for just a second. Feel it, love it, appreciate it. Take a guess. If you can guess what's inside, you win. What is inside the paper bag?
Check for $1 million.
You wish. Let's go to this guy. Hold on to the paper bag. Feel it, love it inside. Take a guess. What is inside the paper bag?
Stinky bus.
Very good, but no, it's not a stinky bus. Sir, in the second row, take a guess, take a feel. What do you think is inside the paper bag?
A deflated white animal dog from last night.
If you said teal, I would have been more impressed. So, for those of you in the second show, the young lady I brought up for the balloon animal trick said her favorite color was teal. That broke my head. Because when I was a kid, we had red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and purple. Lavender? Who the hell? What kind of school did you go to? No. Inside of the paper bag is actually something special. Those drinks are strong on stage. Inside of the paper bag is something special specifically for this. Inside of the bag is the exact opposite of a sticky bus. It is, in fact, a full shot glass of Johnny Walker. You in the front row, do you drink?
Yeah.
Take a sip. Full shot, is that Johnny Walker?
Keep drinking.
Yeah, that's Johnny Walker.
You want to get all the way down?
Sure.
Shut. Stand up. Stand up.
Turn and face your fans, ladies and gentlemen. Cheers! Is that Johnny Walker?
Johnny Walker.
Johnny Walker, fantastic. What were we doing? What was the word?
You're going to get a C-Pass card for that, by the way. Just
That's like 1850. No C. That's like 1850 that you just.
I want to do that. I want to do that. I want to do that.
What was the word? Stinky bus? I just want to do a trick. Let's go with bad alcohol. I don't know. Alcohol that doesn't taste good.
Okay, so...
Go with that. I don't know.
We're gonna do a quick recap. So, Rick, what's stinky bus?
Sure.
Stinky bus, recap.
Stinky bus. My stinky bus? Are you kidding me? This is another ancient Mesopotamian word.
Just a recap.
I think you did your definition so long ago you thought that you didn't do it. Bill just did another 45-minute show out front.
Jesus, give me this shot because I need it. Stinky bus. What did I say? It's been so long since a smelly flower. Did I say?
Ancient Mesopotamian something.
Smelly flower. That's
Mike?
Poor performance of a comedy in a British comedy nightclub.
John?
A Roman army formation.
And Bill?
Was the liquor good? It was good. So we'll go with bad liquor. So the opposite of what I just gave him.
Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, by round of applause, do you think Rick is telling the truth?
Why? Come on!
Do you think it's Mike? Do you think it's John? Or do you think it's Bill?
This is not a popularity contest. Just because I did the trick and gave him alcohol does not mean I'm giving it to you.
Okay, man, whoever is telling the truth, please stand up and remain standing. There we go, Bill. Okay, we're gonna move on to our last word, and hopefully I'll say it right. The last word is Shita. Shita.
It's a very interesting way of saying it.
Cheetah.
Shita.
What do you want from your bag?
Oh, Mike, you can start, sorry.
Thank you, I'll start. It's actually pronounced shit-a. It's a Canadian word. They just legalized it up there. That's some good shit, eh? The shitta is out the door and to the left. Shitta is the horse of the Greek god Diarrheus. Unfortunate with this word, I'm a little bit dyslexic. Tried calling hooked on phonics, ended up calling a hooker in Phoenix. So we're dating.
I know we're...
Shitta is the name of the stuff that you bought at the straw market today. 2012, I visited the Niagara Falls Humane Society, and I was there to see if there were any dogs up for adoption. I took a break of 6 years on cruise ships from 2011 to 2017.
We were so happy.
Thank you. And while I was there, I walked in, they had a multitude of dogs. They had an Irish Red Setter, a Black Lab, a Golden Retriever. I got a Brown Shitta. It's a notoriously smart dog. For some reason, mine didn't want to learn anything. I attempted taking it dog classes, tried teaching it everything I could. I was out in the park on one Sunday trying to teach this dog, and somebody walked by and said, well, that's one dumb shitta. These dogs notoriously stink. I used to bathe mine every single day, and people would always ask why my shitta don't stink. I do remember one particular day in the summer of 2012. It was very hot. My dog was laying outside in the backyard, so I decided to set up a floor fan on the inside by the TV. And so I called the dog. Fido! And the dog comes running in and slides across the floor. And there was nothing I could do to stop. You should have seen the shit hit the fan. In the end, there was nothing I could do for him. We had to shoot the shitta. I miss my shitta. It's a brown dog, is all it is. Taiwanese or something like that.
Okay, thank you.
Actually, it was a real small dog. It was a piece of shitta.
Hold on, let me write that down. That was good.
Okay, we're gonna move on to John. John, your definition?
When the cruise director said to me, John, will you come and take part in this Lions Club, I thought it was like a serious thing, you know, like I've seen on television. Obviously it's not. But Shita is if you're in Namibia, in the desert, You get cacti, you get all sorts of strange plants, but you'll get the occasional tree that comes up like a baobab tree. But a shitar is a tree that grows in the Namibian desert.
Okay, thank you. Bill, your definition?
Between the two of these guys, I feel like I'm watching the dinosaur TV show that Robin Williams made fun of in Mrs. Doubtfire. Like, Mesopotamian, ancient.
That ages him already.
So like I said, my father, or my grandpa was a Chicago cop. And my grandpa was I got two grandpas, folks! My dad's grandpa had the beard and milked the cows, and my dad's really hip for being a music director. My mom, my house was Green Acres.
You don't have to
okay?
explain anything. You're okay. You don't take everything so personally.
Can I have another cocktail?
I think we're already in NASA, to be honest with you.
My other grandpa was a Chicago cop. He was the Marine Chicago cop. So if you know anything about Chicago, we say words a little different. Chris Farley would make fun of the way Chicago says things on Saturday Night Live, like duck bears and Polish sausage and the Green Bay Packers suck, because that's how we talk. We're the city of broad shoulders, and that's how we do things. You go to Chicago. Anyone here from Chicago? You. 3 people. Okay. One guy who ran around really fast.
Where you going?
We'll wait.
Wash your hands.
Washy, washy. We've got different ways of saying things. Well, so this is actually a slang term for prison, not going to jail. Going to jail, you're going into the slammer. The slammer. That's for minor offenses for a Chicago cop. Yeah, you're going to the slammer. You're doing a night in the slammer. You're going to the shitter. Means you're going to Joliet. You don't want to go to Joliet. Like, you don't want to go to prison in other countries. You don't want to go to Joliet. That's where, that's bad. You're going to the shitter. The shitter is another word for federal prison as denoted by police officers. The shitter.
Please don't take me there!
Holy shitter.
Thank you, Bill. Okay, Rick, your definition?
Shitter. Shitter. Oh my God, this is another ancient Mesopotamian word.
Our service, please.
I can't believe it. You know what? Shitter. Let me start back. There was a shitter is a word. But in ancient Mesopotamia, they had a game. It was like our bingo. They called it baga. Baga. And what it was they would take numbered stones and roll them down a hill. And then at the bottom of the hill, the people collected the numbers. And when they collected the numbers, if they had the numbers that were qualified, they would yell, "Bunga, bunga, bunga!" And the rest of the crowd would go, "Shita!"
Thank you, Rick.
I swear.
So it's an ancient Mesopotamian cuss word.
Thank you.
Can you
Okay,
believe that?
we're gonna go with a quick recap. So, Mike, definition?
The brown dog.
Okay, John?
It's a thorny tree found in the Namibian desert.
Bill?
It is a slang word for prison.
And Rick?
It's a slang word for prison. No, it's
What is that?
it's a cuss word in ancient Egyptian language.
So, yes, so...
Sorry, can you pronounce that word? How was that?
Mesopotamian. No, I can't. But you know what I mean. So, ladies and gentlemen, by round of applause, do you think it's Mike who's telling the truth? Okay. Do you think it's John? Do you think it's Bill?
Well, you know your shit, though.
Do you think it's Rick? Okay, so whoever is telling the truth, please stand up and remain standing. John. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of the Liars Club, so please give a big round of applause for our 4 panelists.
But before they get off, ladies and gentlemen, I know Bill Cook tomorrow and Rick hit you with a goose egg there. You hit your head with the microphone. Look, you're bleeding now. I'm not covering the medical bills on that. They're going to be getting off the ship tomorrow, so a special thank you to both of them for doing everything they've done this week. So thank you very much.
Also give it up for your Hotel Director John and of course your Cruise Director Mike. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see you around. Ciao, ciao.